Hey, good morning. Be sure to grab your red Bible and your red cup of coffee today, all right? Hey, do you remember when I remember going out to eat with my grandma and my grandpas and my mom and stuff as a kid?
Can I freshen your pot?
Oh.
Or your cup?
Yes, that'd be great.
Pot. Okay.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Good tip.
All right. Yes, ma'am. So, thank you. So you remember when your waitress would walk up and say, "May I freshen your cup?" Just like that. And it was really cool that would happen. And they still do that in some places. And sometimes it's, "May I refill your cup? May I warm your cup?" I mean, it can be regionally different. But I just remember that sticking in my mind, that "May I freshen your cup?" That aspect of making your coffee hot again. Because nothing worse than you go to take a drink of a hot cup of coffee and expect it to be hot, and it's gotten cold. I mean, it doesn't take long. Oh, so good. Deb made a phenomenal pot of coffee today. All right. So anyway, and it doesn't take long to get cold. I mean, I made a pot of coffee. I made a Keurig cup of coffee before I left the house. And I was drinking it while I was driving. Okay. And you know what? By the time I got to Hall, it was cold. It didn't take long for that cup of coffee to get cold. The same can be true for us Christians. It doesn't take long for us to cool. It doesn't take long for us to become cold. A robust Christian, boom, in no time at all can become cool or cold. How does this happen? Well, it happens too quickly. It happens too easily, and it happens too often. I believe it starts where our message started on Sunday. It starts with our thinking, where we become excuse oriented. We make excuses for why we can't read our Bibles, why we don't pray, why we don't gather together for fellowship with other Christians, for encouragement and enrichment, to be encouraged, to be stretched, to be grown, and to go to church. Why we don't go to church? I mean, we make all kinds of excuses why we can't be involved, why we can't serve. There's so many areas in which we make excuses for, but you know what? Probably the most common excuse is, Darren, can you guess what it is?
No time.
Yeah, that's right. I don't have time. I'm too busy. I'm just, stuff is really, really busy right now. But you know what? That same person, whether it's me or you, we always make time for the things that we want. We always make time for the things that are important to us. We always make time for our family. We always make time for work. We always make time for an event. If it doesn't matter, boom, we make time for. We show up for a show, and it can be any number of different things that we make time for, And as Christians, it can be very, very frustrating. We want to be in a certain place, but we're not there. We were once hot, and now we're cold. It's just like keeping a cup of coffee hot. It's the same way for a Christian. You've got to keep adding. You got to keep pouring into the cup to keep it hot. Not only hot, but fresh. And it's something that is constantly needing to happen. It's a daily process. It can be a few moments here of prayer. It can be an intentional gathering together with other believers. We call it church. It can be a gathering in a community group. Making time important, making those times important, where we come together to encourage, to allow ourselves to be refreshed, to become hot again, so to speak. So, what keeps a hot cup of coffee? Well, again, it's the same thing that keeps us hot. It is prayer, Bible reading, time with the Lord. James says, "Draw near to God, and He will draw near to you." Or draw close to God, and He will draw close to you. And this is something that is intentional. You have to be intentional. If you want to keep your cup of coffee hot, you have to be intentional. You have to keep warming it up. So good, so hot. But if it just sits there, it's going to get cold. I have to keep adding. Same way with the Christian life. Same way. We have to keep drawing close to God. We have to keep drawing close to each other. That's how we stay hot. That's how we keep our Christian life hot and fresh. So, hot cups of coffee are like hot Christians. They're intentional about staying hot and fresh. So, keep freshening that cup of coffee. Keep freshening it. That's it for today. Enjoy your cup of coffee and stay fresh.